Hello and welcome to the Decoy Sports Podcast. My name is Jacko and this is my good mate Joel over here.
Yep, that's me, Joel. How you going, Jackson?
Not too bad, mate. Before we get started, I need to get this off my chest. Joel is a Knights supporter.
Yeah, don't judge me by it. I was born this way.
Yeah. Look, you started well last year, round one.
Yeah, we beat you. Who do you go for again?
I do go for the Roosters. It's no shame in saying that.
No, you'd be able to fit whoever you want under that sombrero, I suppose. But
We'll get into that a little bit later on. But yeah, how do you reckon they're going to go on round one, mate?
well, we got the Warriors, so you'd hope a win.
The only thing I'm sort of thinking there is it is in New Zealand.
It is.
And
first game back since 2019.
I'm sure the boys don't want to go over there and rip in New Zealand, mate. I just have a feeling they might get pumped.
Ooh, pumped is a bit harsh, but
Look, that's just my feeling. I did tip the Warriors 13 plus. I'm not gonna lie.
you would tip them even if the Knights were going well. Let's
Just
be
out of
honest.
spite
Just
for you,
out of
mate.
spite for me. Let's be honest.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the games for this week. Firstly, who do you think's going to impress you the most this year? Like, who do you reckon will have the best sort of bounce back year from sort of struggling last year?
I think the Bulldogs. I think they were going well. At the back end of the year under Mick Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And they've recruited really well. Good coach. Yeah, I think
The only thing I can say about them just coming out of like the last week or so is they do have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they're a bit light in the forwards.
They've just lost Thompson. They're saying it's, it could be season ending, or they said like if he can escape like surgery, it will be up to 8 weeks. So still a while. I think the Bulldogs to make the 8 this year, they're going to have to start really well.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a bit light on in the forwards to start, it's probably a little bit.
It's going to be hard.
Yeah, because I think Pangai's out too.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I think there's one or two others as well. So they're a bit short. I think the outside backs will, hopefully do well for them.
Yeah,
But
and Reid Marnie's going to take a bit of pressure off
he
those
will.
halves.
Yeah, he'll go all right. But yeah, for me, I'd say I think the Tigers will probably do the best.
Tigers.
I'm saying the Tigers. I'll say they'll make the 8.
You bold.
Bold prediction, but
Very
I'm
bold
going them
prediction.
into the 8. I just feel their forward pack and then with Appy running through the middle. From everything I'm hearing, like he does create a lot. He's like that creator, and I think with him doing that and Brooks off the back of that, and I think Dewey's going to have a big year. I think he'll come back.
I think he needs to.
I think he will. He just signed a new contract, didn't he, for like another year or two? So I think he'll do well. I think the Tigers will go well. Yeah. It's just going to be if they stay healthy because they don't have a lot of depth, right? But I think a lot of those teams that are around the bottom, that's always the issue, right?
It is. It's to go back to the Knights. It's us every year.
Yep.
Pong will be out for half the year. Brayley's been out.
At least you do have a little, say if he does miss a few games this year, you probably got a little bit more depth there now.
I think we do.
What's the young fella that you just signed for at fullback as well?
Lockie Miller.
No, the other one.
Bailey Hodgson.
Yeah. So
Well, he's been there for a few years.
Yeah, okay. I thought he was he came over from England.
No, he did 2 years ago.
Okay.
But he's had preseason year-ending injuries every time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got a little bit of depth there.
We
Now
do, yeah.
you've got, Lockie Miller, him.
Yep.
Your halves. Have you still got Clune and Clifford? I know they weren't great last year, but
yeah, Clifford, he went to the UK.
Yep.
Clune, we do. He's in the background. We have Tyson Gamble.
That's right. Yep.
Well.
That's a good signing.
Yeah.
I could see
He's
Tyson
not
playing
on the bench though.
That's weird. I could see him playing 14, I thought, because
I thought too.
I think he can play. He can come on as that 13 type role. He's big enough, and he's
a Josh Reynolds-esque player. He could come on, play hooker.
He likes snapping blokes, mate. I don't know why.
Just passionate, like a passionate bloke in your team.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want that? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt Mann is just kissed on the dick, I think.
I think so. You hate Kurt, man, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's our starting lock.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Are they trying to make him play that Watson role from a couple of years ago, kind of thing?
But he's not Watson.
He's not. But
And we have Adam Elliott that we just brought over from the Raiders on the bench. And he could be that dynamic 13.
True.
Maybe not as good at ball running, but like give you all the heart every game.
Yeah, that's true. Let's get back off the Knights because fuck them.
We'll be back soon.
What team do you reckon will be like that went well last year and might actually struggle, you think, this year? That like it was kind of maybe a flash in, what do they call it? Flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Flash in the pan. Good question, Jackson. I think... I don't know. I don't see the Eels being as good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've lost some key personnel in Reid Marnie, Isaiah Papali'i. Yeah, I don't know. Just, yeah.
I think once they get, like, I know that the first couple of weeks they've got a few players out, like Madison, like, what an idiot for taking the
that
3
$3,000
game and trying to backflip on it. But anyway, you know, each to their own.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose the, what was it, 5K?
3, I think.
Three.
Three is $3,000, mate.
Yeah, but when you're getting paid a bit, like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think they will struggle for sure. I think that's probably my team as well.
Yeah.
I think that I don't even... It's hard to say they won't make the 8.
Yeah.
I think they might, but they'll be like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I reckon. I don't think they're going to win enough games to be any higher up.
No. Especially teams are going to come for them too. Like you're a grand finalist team. People rise for those games. Same with like Penrith.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Let's say who's your top 4 teams?
Top 4. Well, Penrith.
You don't have Penrith up there still.
Yeah. They're too good, man.
Yeah,
like
I think even though they lost people, they'll still go well.
They're juniors. Like juniors have won everything. Like SG Ball, Intra Super Cup, like all that stuff. They just win.
Yeah,
they've got guys coming through. I think Penrith. I hate to say it, but Roosters.
Yep.
They got a sombrero, so they're always going to be there.
Yeah.
South Sydney. Wouldn't a South Sydney and Roosters grand final be good?
That's what I'm hoping for. As much as I hate to say that, like I don't.
It's been since the 30s.
Yeah, 35 I think was the only year it happened. Yeah. I think that's the only year. I think there was a year where like there was like first to win kind of thing. Like there was no actual grand final.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first year or the only year it's happened. So
yeah.
I just hope that, I don't know, the only thing is that could go 2 ways, right? That could turn into a semi-final last year sort of thing because there's so much on the line. Like you think about, there was a lot on the line for the semi-final. Imagine a grand final.
I don't know.
It'd be...
10 sin bins.
Oh, mate. Radley will kill someone. Like, let's be honest, he's going to kill someone if that happens. True, yeah, like that would be epic, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, if there's ever, like, I know a lot of people don't like those teams, but... I don't think anyone would be too disappointed in seeing that. No. Like at the end of the year, if their team doesn't make it, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think, and for my 4th, I think maybe the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yep.
They're just on fire last year.
So you had the Panthers, Roosters,
South Sydney,
Cowboys. Yep.
Maybe Cowboys and Sharks fighting it out for that 4th spot.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm going to go the Sharks first.
Like minor premiers?
Yep. I just feel like this year, I know like Hines will be up definitely this round and maybe another round or 2 just because his calf, like you never know with calf injuries. Sometimes it's easier staying out for a couple extra rounds. But I feel that they're just going to go that well. They're just very consistent. They're a consistent team. They play well sort of home and away like they did last year. They played well pretty much everywhere. So I could see them, definitely winning enough games. I think second, I'm going to go the Cowboys. I think they'll go really well.
Well, they were second and third, respectively last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think the Cowboys. Third, I'm going to go the Rabbitohs. I think if Trell can stay healthy, they'll get there. Like if he doesn't, then I don't think they'll probably make top 4. They'll definitely make finals, but I think they'll be more like 5 or 6 kind of thing.
Yep.
And then I'll put the Roosters in 4. Now, the reason I put them in 4 is we just always don't peak till like mid-year.
Yeah.
And I just don't think we'll win enough games to win the minor premiership, but we'll make top 4 kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
I always feel like around round 10, we really peak. Like last year, you know, like Magic round, obviously we went to that, but, you know, they played awesome in that game. I think they played versus the Eels in that game, and that was the one where Suoli'i got that ball in the corner and stuff. And I remember texting you and just being like, bruh, like what, the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
But I think we did sort of hit that sort of form a little bit there. We were winning sort of like win-loss still then. Yeah. We didn't go on that massive run till a bit later. I think this year we'll do the same thing, but probably start a bit earlier.
I think so as well.
I think we'll win a couple of extra games before then as well. Like we probably won't go win-loss. We might go like win-loss or something like that.
I agree. Until you face us.
Yeah. Nah. But when are we facing you anyway?
Yeah, I haven't checked.
Haven't checked. I think it's early. It's like 6 or something. I think round 6 or something. I'm pretty sure.
Like if I look and then I'll know I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yep.
It's not ideal for me.
No, it's not. So I think we'll get up there in top 4, but yeah, I think we'll win enough games to make the top 4. I think if you don't make the top 4, it's really hard to win the grand final. It's
from history. It's
stat show.
It's only been done a couple of times.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon will get the Dally M this year?
I could see Hines getting it again.
Yeah.
Depending on how many rounds he misses.
That's the only thing. It's a bit.
Yeah.
Like, how much is he going to miss?
Maybe like if the Bulldogs have a big year, maybe Burton wouldn't be that far out of the ballpark.
Yep.
But I'd Burton as a smoky if they have a good year. What about who do you think?
Yeah, I think Hines is probably my top pick. Yeah. If I had a smoky, I'll go Drinkwater. Smoky. You know, if I think they're going to be top 2,
for sure.
I feel like I feel like you don't necessarily like the reason I haven't known anyone like from the Roosters and be like, oh, like a Roosters kind of thing, but I think we've got too many stars that it's going to have to you could say Teddy will be up there, great, but it needs to be I think the ball will be shared around a lot. I think last year we had a lot of, sort of things where it was like, oh, like someone's hogging the ball too much or whatever, right? But I think, I think like if it gets shared around to win games, like I don't think anyone's going to be like the star every week. Yeah. I think the Cowboys don't necessarily have like that one star player, but if there's one that's the closest, it's probably Drinkwater that I think will do some crazy shit that will get them probably like
that
points.
Flashy. Yeah. Tamalolo is always going to be meters. Yeah. Post contact.
But he gets that go forward, and then you get the little blokes like him on it, and So
for sure, especially like he'll play fullback the whole season. So hard to see.
Yeah, exactly. It won't be like swapped. Like he obviously didn't come into a bit later last year, right? Because Hammer started. Yeah. And then obviously I think it was about rounds 5 or 6 or something like that. He came in and he almost played the whole way through.
Yeah. Forced his way into that spot.
Yeah. So I think if they're winning games and going really well and they finish top half, I'll say he's probably my smoky for that one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Anything else, mate, you want to talk about?
I think we might leave it there for now.
Yep. All right. So hopefully round 1 goes well. Keen to get back into this next week and talk about how the Knights got pumped, but
who knows, mate? You might get done by the Dolphins first round.
I'm not. Yeah,
we beat you first round last year, so
you pumped us. I watched it with you and nearly cried. But I'm not actually I think we'll win. I tipped us 1-12, but I can't see us blowing them out just because it's such a big occasion for them.
Yeah, for sure. They want to make a statement. Yeah, like to the whole competition, to all the fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Let's just quickly go over the games and just
give our tips.
So we are recording this on the Friday. So the game last night was already been, which is fine. We'll review that game next week. Yep. The other games. So tonight, obviously, we've got the Knights and the Warriors. What do you reckon there? Like,
you know who I'm going to tip.
Yeah. What are you tipping though? Like 1 to 12, 13 plus. What do you reckon?
No, 1 to 12. Knights 1 to 12.
Yep.
I think.
Knights 1 to 12.
I think. Yeah, we got a new spine. Yeah, it's probably going to take a little while to come together, but we got so much star power in it.
Yeah, I'm the only reason I'm tipping the Warriors, I'm tipping them 13 plus. I wasn't lying. I actually did tip them 13 plus. It wasn't. The only reason was like the way I looked at it was like if the Warriors get off to a quick start, which I could see happening because it's like big occasion, they're back in New Zealand,
a lot of emotion.
You know, the Knights might not be up for it just because like you know you have to travel and all the rest.
Yeah.
I just thought if the Warriors could get like a quick like couple of tries, it can really drop the heads of the Knights. You see it happen a lot with the Knights, right?
All
you know it more than anyone.
I'll drop my head with
so
them.
I could just see him like, you know, it might be, you know, by like 16 points or something like that. I could see like a bit of a blowout towards the end, like a couple of tries later on as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm tipping there.
Fair play.
Panthers Broncos.
Panthers 13 plus.
Yep.
Yep.
I had Panthers 12. 1 to 12. Yeah.
I think they'll be dirty that they lost that World Club Challenge.
Yeah. I just felt like they were a little bit clunky.
Yeah.
Like I felt like their attack was clunky. Like their defense was great. So I don't think that's why I did 1 to 12. But I think the Broncos might get a couple. And yeah, it is in Panthers. So you obviously, you probably tip Panthers every day of the week in Panthers. But I just think it might be a bit closer than what people might think.
Yeah. Fair. Manly Bulldogs. Bulldogs 1 to 12.
Doggies.
Yeah. I don't know. They look pretty good in the trials. I know Turbo's back for Manly, but he hasn't got that much K's in the legs, you know. Like
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, he didn't play any trials.
Yep.
I
just think at Brookie, I'm tipping I'm tipping Manly. I think they'll.
It's a sellout too.
Yeah, I've tipped them 1 to 12. I think it'll be close, but I think they'll get up. I just think big occasion at Brookie. You know, the Doggies have a few players out this week. It can demoralise a team a little bit too when you drop a couple big names as well out your team, especially the big boys up front.
Yeah,
I think Manly have some fucking big boys. Like I could just see them rolling a little bit through the middle, and then
I think it's going to be Olakuatu and Kick-Out against each other.
Like but that's what I mean. But like the proper middles, I just can't see. I think one of the boys is starting. I can't remember his name, but yeah, one of our mates was saying he's 126 kilos, and it's just like, how long is he going to last in round one? You know, and he's starting for him. You know,
he'll gas.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. But next game. So you've got the
Cowboys Raiders.
Yes,
I got Cowboys 13 plus.
Cowboys 13 plus.
I think Cowboys at home, Raiders not that great of travellers. It's it's the furthest from Canberra, isn't it? So too hot, too muggy. They just won't be able to get off the plane, I reckon. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I tipped them 13 plus as well. The Cowboys. So nice. We've got the Sharks Rabbitohs. I've gone Rabbitohs 13 plus. I think.
Yep.
No Nico Hines pretty much did that for me. I was going to go 1 to 12, but when he was ruled out, 13 plus.
Yeah, I see where you sort of went with that. I went 1 to 12 for the Rabbits. Just I think, no Nico. I just think they've still got such a good team though. Like
they do. They still have the same direction.
Yeah.
For mine.
I was listening to Cheese on his podcast with James Graham the other day, and he was just saying like the Roosters had a training session with him.
Yep.
And he just with the Sharks, and they just said they're looking real good. Like so, I just it just sort of swayed me a little bit. Like I still think the Rabbits will get up, but I just think like it'll be real close. I think it might be like a couple points in it.
Yeah. Maybe even golden point.
Yeah. Cool. So Roosters Dolphins. I've already said my tip there. So 1 to 12.
I think 13 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roosters 13 plus.
Yeah. Just a couple late tries or something.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, the occasion might overcome the Dolphins. They might start strong, have good defense. Wayne Bennett's always going to get them up.
That's the thing. You just never know with a Bennett team, eh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I reckon they'll definitely be fighting. I think they'll be in it. Yeah, but it's if the occasion does overwhelm them. It'll be interesting to see. But
they might be in it till half time and then get blown out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like over 40,000 at the game as well. Would have loved to have gone, but away this weekend. But that's all right. And then the last one, mate. So you've got the Tigers and the Titans.
Tigers 1-12.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tigers.
Yep.
I did Tigers 1-12 as well. I think.
Yeah.
Like I
Recruitment.
kind of did second guess that bet.
Yep.
I think the
What,
Titans will go
as-
well this year. I could see him another smoky making the 8. Like to be honest.
Whether to go 13 plus or 1-12.
No. I meant like. I meant to the Titans. Like I think
they just haven't recruited.
Yeah, I think they've got the players there, man. Like they have though. They've got Foreign, which they needed a half to really direct him around, and I think he will bring that. And I think Verrills is a really good signing for him too. I'm not saying that just because he came from the Roosters. Like he actually is a great half. Like I mean a dummy half.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like with that direction, that's all they need. They had the spark. They've got the players there. You've got the Fafitas and all these players, but they just didn't have the direction. Like they need a half giving him good ball. Like they've never had that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Fafita's almost never had that wherever he's gone. You know. So if he can get that good ball, which I think Foreign will help with, and Verrills, I think they'll go all right this year. But I think Tigers. I think it's at Leichhardt as well.
It is, yeah.
So they've actually got a pretty poor record at Leichhardt. If you've I don't know if you've seen, it's like pretty bad. Like they don't actually win that often there.
No.
But I think it will be a different year.
I think so. They've got the cattle now.
Yeah. If I put them in the top 8, I think hope they get a couple of early wins.
Get it back somewhere.
All right, mate.
Cool.
Sweet. That's it for this week. We'll catch up next week and review all the games. Thanks everyone for listening. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you next week.
Too easy. Thanks, mate. See ya.